And I want to echo the words of the good member from the 41st. I love all the children of Washington State, trans or not, whatever they're seeking. This bill is not about that. This policy is not about that. If they feel unsafe, we have services. And maybe this body and these policies that we pass could even bolster those and make them stronger. Unconditional love is something I didn't really know until I had my first child in 2011, and I luckily had that same feeling again 17 months later when my wife and I had my son. This policy is not about broken bonds between parents and children and families. This is not merely about a child who gets kicked out of the house. This is about a child who may have left the house. This policy, again, is not about the broken bonds between family members, but I feel like it tries to break the bonds between a child and their parent. Parenting isn't easy, but Washington State needs to create an environment where families can be successful and strengthened, not set families up for failure. I recall, like many parents, and maybe, Madam Speaker, you've had this experience as well, where for even a brief moment you're at a department store and you lose your child, and the anxiety, the fear. Maybe a lot of parents, and I speak to parents, have had that birds and bees discussion with a child, that uncomfortable conversation that strengthens the bonds between a parent and a child, that builds trust. That is what we need to be doing, building trust. What this policy does is when a child is going through gender affirming for extended periods of time or treatments or counseling, the parent for an extended period of time may not ever know where their child is and never have that opportunity to build that bond and strengthen that bond and build that trust and strengthen that family. We had the opportunity to not only protect children, but build stronger families, and sadly, this policy does neither. And that's why I'm asking for a no vote.